Hello, today we're going to do a quick review of Module 2 for Spanish 2. And Module 2, these are the things that you really need to know. You need to know how to conjugate and how to use reflexive verbs. You need to be able to describe your daily routine. And again, these are most of the time using reflexive verbs for this module. You need to express what time you do something. Remember, it's a las and then the time, not son las and the time. And then the difference between the verb ser and the verb estar. So we're going to go ahead and start. So here are some of the reflexive verbs that are covered in the module. You'll notice that they look like regular verbs, like the lavar here, but they have the pronoun se on the end. That's what gives you the clue, or that's what tells you that they are reflexive verbs. Now, if you notice, they are all, a lot of them are like daily activities, daily routines, personal hygiene, putting on makeup, looking at yourself in the mirror, getting up, getting dressed, things like that. And we're going to talk about why that is in just a second. So make sure you're reviewing all of your vocabulary, make sure you understand what those are, practice them, make flashcards, etc. And then we've got some more. Make sure that you look at all of the estructuras tab. They don't put them all in one place, so you need to make sure you're looking at all of the spots so that you find all of the reflexive verbs that are possible. On this presentation, you'll notice there's little stars by some of them. Those stars means that it is a verb that is stem changing, and again, you should know what that means, but the verb is stem changing also, besides being reflexive. So we're going to go ahead and keep looking. What is the difference between a regular verb, a non-reflexive verb, and a reflexive verb? For reflexives, the important thing that you need to understand is that the actions are done to oneself, okay? So the person that's doing the action is also receiving the action. So I can wash my car, I'm doing the action, but I'm not receiving the action, the car is, or I can wash my face. I'm the one that's doing the washing and I'm washing myself. So that is the difference right there. So the one, lava el carro, that is not reflexive. Se lava la cara, the face, is reflexive. Okay? Same with I can wake somebody else up. I can wake my son up or the children up. That is not reflexive because I'm doing the action, but I'm not the one that's being woken up also. Versus I wake myself up. That one is reflexive, or I wake up. You've got a couple more examples. I can watch TV, not reflexive. I can watch or look at myself, that is reflexive. I can put somebody to bed, or I can put myself to bed. The difference between non-reflexive and reflexive, okay? Teresa se habla, she's talking to herself, versus hablan, they're talking to each other. So that is the big key with reflexive verbs. Now, they are called reflexive because they reflect, and that's how you can remember it. So now here's how you conjugate those verbs. Step 1, you're going to take the se off of the end. If you see it on the infinitive, you're going to take that se off. And then you're going to conjugate your verb like normal, okay? And you're going to pick the correct pronoun that goes with it. Okay, so here are your pronouns right here. If the person that is doing the action and receiving the action is yourself, the pronoun you're going to use is me. If the person that is doing the action and receiving the action is you, you're going to use te. Okay, if he or she is doing it, okay, and they're receiving the action, you're going to use se. So these are the pronouns that you're going to use for reflexive. So that's your step 1. You're going to pick your pronoun. Okay, so I'm going to do myself, so it's going to be me. Then you're going to conjugate the verb just like normal. Now remember, we already took off that se off the end, so now we just got the verb duchar. And we're just going to do it like normal. So I'm going to say ducho. And because it's reflexive, I need to have the me in front. So I shower myself. I shower is going to be me ducho. You shower, te duchas. She showers, ella se ducha, etc.